We're pleased to be joined now by 4 high school students who have taken their love of sports to help provide equipment that is necessary for other kids just like them to participate in the games that they love. We're joined by Cooper Schoenberg, Carter Lutz, Ethan Wise, and Mitchell Greenberger. They are Birmingham High School students now on the MegaCast. Thanks for being with us, guys.
Thank you for having us. We really appreciate it.
So let's start off, Cooper. Let's start with you. Give us a little bit of an overview about this equipment drive that the 4 of you are planning. What kind of equipment are you looking for, and where and how can people donate?
Okay, perfect. So we're a sports podcast. We thought, why not give back? We're a sports podcast. Let's do a sports drive. And I partnered with Brilliant Detroit last year, so I thought, let's partner with them again. They were really easy. They were phenomenal. So we started this sports drive to give back to the community. We all grew up playing sports, meeting each other through sports. So we wanted other kids that were less fortunate to have the same opportunity, play sports. So we collected equipment for ages around 8 to 12, and it's literally any sports equipment you have, whether it's basketball shoes, tennis shoes, rackets, football, baseball, anything you got, we will take. It helps. It goes a really long way. You can find our Instagram at the student section _ with a lot of information. And Brilliant Detroit has posted a couple things about where to find us. You can contact our emails on the flyers that Brilliant Detroit posted, and it has all of our addresses on it.
So for those that are not familiar with Brilliant Detroit, what does this organization do to help provide this equipment and these opportunities to kids in the local area? And why did your podcast decide on this organization to provide this equipment to from your drive?
Great question. So they're an organization based in Detroit, and they have houses all throughout the city. And basically, they're kind of just a shelter or a way for people to escape and get some help that they need. Or if mothers have kids that need help, they can go to the Brilliant Detroit houses and they can play sports, meet new people. So it's a really good way for people to escape the chaos in the city. And we partner with them because, as I said, I partnered with them last year. They were phenomenal. They were super easy. They are very efficient, and they're just a great organization that helps a great cause. So we thought, why not partner with them again?
And this is something that's characteristic of all 4 of you, having outside of your podcast and just in your individual life, is also doing service to the community. Let's move on. Carter, you're also a multi-sport athlete and have previously done some work with your sister in a nonprofit that she does a lot of work with to collect school dance dresses and accessories to provide for underprivileged girls to have those similar experiences themselves. For you personally, as a young man who is, of course, growing up and going through the experiences of any young man, but having these opportunities, how important is it for you to give back to the community and put forth these efforts to help other kids have those similar experiences, knowing that it has such an impact on your life?
Yeah, well, the thing that we really wanted to get out of this is that we know that we can make a big difference because our community is so large. We have so many people that want to donate. So to have that opportunity to capitalize on that opportunity, as you said before, we all played sports growing up. And Cooper mentioned these kids are not fortunate enough to provide, the materials for that. And so it's important for me and obviously all of us that we make a difference in these kids' lives and they get to play sports because that's what's fun about growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And Mitchell, also you're a varsity tennis player. You did, over the course of the pandemic, you did food collecting drives to provide additional food to people that maybe were not able to afford it or get healthy food for themselves and their family over the course of the pandemic. In this case, with you and your podcast partners here, is this the first collective drive or charitable effort that the 4 of you have put together, or is this something that you have all done before and this is sort of a new effort that you're going for right now?
So we've all, helped the community with our own efforts, but this is the first time us 4 have really come together as friends. We've really decided to come together, use our platform and podcast to make a difference in the community. So this was the first time us 4 in specific have gotten together to do stuff, but we've all been doing stuff to help the community for years now.
We're joined by Cooper Schoenberg, Carter Lutz, Ethan Wise, and Mitchell Greenberger on the MegaCast. They're Birmingham High School students, and they are also running a drive to collect sports equipment for Brilliant Detroit, an organization that provides equipment for childhood sports programs, the kids all throughout the local area. You can find more information or get more information about how to donate these items by contacting Cooper Schoenberg at cschoenberg123@gmail.com. And Brilliant Detroit is also accepting donations at Southwest Chadsey Condon Hub location at 5676 Larkin Street in Detroit. We'll provide that address and that information to you in the description that will be on our website when we put this up on demand on civiccentertv.com later on today. So let's take a little bit of a step back as we are talking about this. And Ethan, let's talk a little bit about the podcast that you guys do. So the four of you have started a podcast. That's kind of how you guys came together and started this drive as a podcast. Ethan, how long have the four of you been doing this podcast, and where can people maybe find that and listen to it?
I think we started, September this year? We started early this year.
Mm-hmm.
We had the idea, though, like when quarantine first started, we decided that we were going to make a sports podcast, but we didn't get around to it until like a year later.
We're joined by Cooper Schoenberg, Carter Lutz, Ethan Wise, and Mitchell Greenberger. They are the co-hosts of the Student Section podcast and are also holding a sports equipment collection drive that benefits Brilliant Detroit. So, guys, where can we find your podcast? Where can people listen to it?
You can find it in Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and that's basically it. All you have to do is search up the Student Section and it'll pop right up.
Yeah, and also on our Instagram at the student section _, we post a lot of like content on there. Like you can interact with us on there.
Yeah.
Through the story, we do like polls where you can vote on stuff. So that's like a fun way to talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of the collection drive that's currently going on, when did it start? How long do people have to donate this equipment for these kids?
So we started the drive, I think back in May. We decided we were going to collect things, and we're going to keep the drive going. We've still been receiving donations, and we know how easy it is for people, just to go in their garage. You can really find anything, and we're going to use it. We're going to take it to those kids for good use. And so we started back in May. We're going to keep it going until at least September, see what happens, and the donations keep coming, and you guys can donate too. It's really easy. Again, as we said, we have addresses on our Instagram. You can go straight to Brilliant Detroit. And yeah.
And what's the response been so far? You said that the four of you started this drive back in May, so it's been a few months that's been ongoing, that you've been collecting these items, donating them to Brilliant Detroit, who are then distributing them to kids that really are in need of this equipment to play the sports that they love. So far, what has been the response from Brilliant Detroit, and what impact has your drive had on these kids?
I mean, I can take this one. It's been really positive. They've been really appreciative, and we really appreciate them for giving us the outlet to give back to the community, which is just so important to us. So we really appreciate everything that they're doing, and they appreciate everything that we're doing.
You can find more information on Brilliant Detroit at brilliantdetroit.org. We're joined at the moment by the co-hosts of the Student Section podcast, Cooper Schoenberg, Carter Lutz, Ethan Wise, and Mitchell Greenberger. And are there specific kinds of equipment that you're looking for with this drive? Are there certain kinds of equipment for certain sports that are more of a need for Brilliant Detroit than others?
So our biggest needs we're looking for, things like baseball bats, mitts, basketballs, footballs, like baseballs, any type of basic equipment really we need. We don't prioritize any type over the other, but because we have on our Instagram a certain list and things on also Brilliant Detroit posted the list of equipment. We don't really prioritize anything over anything else, but just the basic, mitts, balls, anything that the kids can use easily.
Yeah.
Once again, just before we say goodbye, another few minutes here with you guys, where can people find more information or get in contact with you about this drive if they want to donate?
They can contact me at cschoenberg123@gmail.com. We have our Instagram at the student section _, which has a lot of flyers, which contains a lot of information about the drive, like where you can donate at the Brilliant Detroit office, or our addresses at our homes where you can drop it off. We all have signs out on our front porches, which is easy to find and see, and you can drop any equipment off there.
Yeah, all of our emails are up there. Brilliant Detroit's up there. So if you have any questions, anything you need, we're all here and just trying to help out.
And again, you can also email Cooper at cschoenberg123@gmail.com. Brilliant Detroit is accepting donations at Southwest Chadzik Condon Hub location. We'll provide that address to you in the description of this interview, and then you can find more information on Brilliant Detroit at brilliantdetroit.org. And then, guys, just before I leave, I'm looking at the background. You guys are sports podcasters. You do your student section podcast, and I'm seeing in the background there, I see not one but two different signs for the Chicago Bulls, and I have to ask, why the Bulls? We're in Pistons country here. What's going on?
I'm a Chicago native.
We're the Pistons.
Okay.
All three Detroit, one Chicago.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll accept that. That's much more acceptable. What are your thoughts then? In that case, as a Chicago native and a Chicago sports fan, Ethan, what are your thoughts on some of their free agent acquisitions? Big summer it's been for them with Lonzo Ball and DeMar DeRozan coming in.
Oh, I'm pumped. DeMar DeRozan, Lonzo Ball, Alex Caruso, all the boys. The Chicago Bulls are a playoff team.
Yeah, it's looking good. Things are definitely looking good for them, and they're looking good here in Detroit as well for the other three of you as we bring in Cade Cunningham and a number of other to this great young core that the Pistons have. So thank you guys for joining us on the MegaCast today. We appreciate it, and for those of you tuning in, you can find more information on Brilliant Detroit at brilliantdetroit.org.